Do you know a lot of people think branding and marketing is about a bunch of flashy logos, a huge marketing budget? But what if I told you that some of the companies that are most recognizable today started with little or no money at all, including myself? So if you're strapped for cash, you're trying to grow your business on a budget, stick around. Yo, what's up everybody? This is the White Vanilla Woods, also known as Dr. Marketingstein, and today we here with another installment of my journey as an entrepreneur. And today I want to kind of talk about something that we all can relate to. How to build a powerful brand, make a brand that stand out without breaking a bank. I have a couple jewels for you and maybe you can learn something. And if you have an experience of growing a business on a shoestring budget, a bootstrap budget, please leave some comments below and let me know how you work those out. So it's a couple of things I want to talk about today. And the first thing I want to talk about is why branding matters. And then I'm going to give you 5 budget-friendly branding strategies that you can use. So first of all, why branding matters. Branding is not just a logo. A lot of people think branding is just coming up with a logo. A logo is very important, but branding is actually how people feel about your brand. It's how they view you, whether it's their interaction with your product or services or an experience with you. A lot of times, and most of the times, the logo is the difference between a forgettable business and an unforgettable business. Like take example, the Nike swoosh and Apple. The moment I said those words, I know those two logos popped up into your head. And you probably thought about some commercials, some experiences, the whole 9 yards. So that's why branding matters. Now I'm going to take that concept of why branding matters and kind of explain to you some of the things that I did when I first got started. Some budget-friendly tips that I did for budget. The first thing, number 1, define your brand identity. That's free. That's something you should already know. It takes a little work, but there's 3 components to finding your brand identity. The first thing is know your why. I'm sure the products and services that you're offering, other people have done it before, but you have to articulate and find why you're doing it. What's the reason you're doing what you're doing? Why are you doing what you're doing? And I can tell you this, making money should not be the number 1 answer. That's a clue. Why did I start Dr. Marketingstein? It's because I noticed that there was a huge need for flexible, affordable, and one-stop marketing for growing businesses. So I decided to take all of my experiences and my knowledges and my services and package them and offer them to businesses. That's why I do what I do, because I saw a huge need for having high-level marketing services in the reach of customers or new brands. Another component to defining your brand identity is find your unique selling proposition. What makes you different? What makes you stand out? Actually, what makes you different from everybody else that does do what you does? It could be something as simple as, if you do hair, maybe you're open later than traditional hours. Maybe, you do house calls. Maybe you know how to do a particular technique that is not popular, but that's not popular in a lot of shops, or a lot of people don't know how to do it, but you know how to do it, So whatever is your unique selling proposition. And to give you an example, Nike, they sell athletic apparel. We all know this. But they don't just sell athletic apparel, or athletic shoes. They also sell a winning attitude. So every time you see one of their advertisements, you see someone in action, pushing themselves to the limit. It also overcomes doubt, self-doubt. That's why their motto is just do it. How many people sit in the room and say to themselves, should I do this? They answer the question for you. So it's a lifestyle and mentality that also goes along with the product. The product don't only represents athleticism, it represents a spirit of get up and go. So, like I've just said, defining your brand identity is huge. Once you do that, you'll be ahead of the game. Now, number 2 of the budget-friendly strategies is create a simple yet memorable logo. Creating a logo is the most important thing that you can do, because just think of it. Think of Batman's sign in the sky. It's recognizable. Everyone can recognize it. You want your logo to shine just like that, and everyone know exactly what's happening. Recognizable. One of the free things that you can do to get a simple yet memorable logo is get like some of those free programs, whether it's Canva, Looka, or Fiverr. You could hop on and get the free version of Canva, Looka, or any of those type of things and design your own logo. You can also go to Fiverr and pay a minimal price. Now, it doesn't mean that you should skimp on the elements that makes a great logo. It just means there's a couple of free avenues that you can make you a great logo. A couple of things that you can do when you're making a good logo is stick to 2 or 3 colors, keep it clean, and a readable font. Very important. So, what do I mean by keep it clean, a few colors, and a readable font? Think of McDonald's, Apple, FedEx, or any other iconic logos. Dr. Marketingstein, very simple. Number 3, something you could do for free, is create a strong social media presence. And when I say a strong social media presence, I don't necessarily mean a huge social media presence. It's not necessary today. Sometimes a huge online presence, or social media presence, should I say, doesn't equate to having a huge following. Have a strong social media presence. And what do I mean? You connect with the platforms that connect with your particular target group. And then you craft messages specifically speaking to those who you're trying to reach. So having a small social network with the desire to grow larger, but having a small network with folks who are interested in exactly what you're talking about, what you're selling, or what you're trying to promote, is better than having a huge following of folks that don't care about anything you're speaking about, because they won't engage. And if there's no engagement, ultimately you cannot turn that over into a sale. So that's something that you have to think about when growing your social media presence. It's not just about having a bunch of folks' eyes on you. It's about having the right folks' eyes on you. This one is very important. This is something that you probably should have together before you even do the first couple things that I mentioned. This is number 4 of the 5 things that you can do budget friendly. Number 4 is develop a brand voice and a message personality. Define your brand personality. I mean, like, are you going to be fun when you do your advertisements or when you're talking to people? Are you going to be informative? How are you going to present your professional prowess? A lot of different people do it a million different ways. So once you establish that, you'll be in a good position, okay? And then you use the same tone in your website, your email campaigns, social media campaigns, and ads. And as far as speaking of website and email campaigns and social media campaigns, for a very low budget, you can use certain tools. For a website, you could go into Google. Google.com has an interface where you can make yourself a free website. You can go on several different platforms, including Fiverr, and get an inexpensive website, because I highly suggest that you have yourself a website. And so, yes, you can use tools like that. And last but not least, getting into marketing itself, you can use low or no cost marketing, strategies. One of them is blogging, or short form video, podcasting, all of that type of stuff. Hop yourself in front of a camera and talk about what you do and kind of resonate with people. So that's very low cost as far as doing some marketing. I mean, like it's sort of, goes without saying. Word of mouth marketing is huge. Now I'm going to compound word of mouth marketing with social marketing. Get out. If you have a physical product, go to pop-up shops or trade shows. Make sure that you have inexpensive business cards. You can go on some of the platforms I named before, like Canva. Design your business card. Get a short run. You can spend $15-20. Is not much. Get you 500 business cards from someplace, and make sure you go out with that logo on that business card with your services, and make sure that you get into seeing real people. Collaborate with others. I mean, that's huge. Collaborate with others. That's one way that you can expand your notoriety. There's a story of two businesses that I know. They were in the same building. It was a fitness shop and a coffee shop. And they sort of kind of cross-promoted each other. And so it's always a way that you could connect with folks. So just to give a quick recap of some of the things that I just talked about, because I was kind of going kind of fast, and I hope you had your pens out. And if you have any questions about some details about doing things to get attention to your business before you can get a budget, just drop it in the comments. Let me know. I'll be glad to cover it. So to give you a quick recap of what we talked about, define your brand identity, keep your logo simple, leverage your social media, be consistent and use marketing tactics. I want to tell you about one marketing tactic that I did when I first moved here to Minnesota. I was watching a program on Fox News, Fox Good Day. There was a brand new show called Fox Good Day, and one of the senior anchors came on in the very first episode, and she broke her mug, a mug very similar to this one that said the name of their show. She said, "Oh, I'm so clumsy. We're on our very first show and I broke my mug." She mentioned this within the first 5 minutes of the show. I went downstairs into my workshop and I crafted her 2 mugs. I crafted her a replacement mug for the one she broke, and I also made her a backup mug for the replacement mug that I gave her. The very next day, when the show came on, she gave me a 1-minute highlight about my business, gave me a shout out. This program came on at 9 a.m. on national television. It was in a spot that if I were to try, that it was a spot where if there would have been a television commercial, I probably would not have been able to afford that slot on television. So one of the senior anchors gave me a highlight. She showed the mug. I wrote a letter, a handwritten letter, and she read the letter. Because of that 1-minute spot, because of my being helpful and finding a way to collaborate with them just by replacing the mug, I got that attention and I had an influx of business because of it. So something that I didn't mention before, solving problems and being helpful is one of the hugest ways that you can market and promote your business for free. So I just wanted to bring that to your attention and kind of share that with you all. So there is a call to action to all of this. So I want you to think, which one of these branding tips you're going to try to do first? Drop it in the comments. If you need more real, actionable marketing advice, subscribe to the Dr. Marketingstein Show. Email me at dwight@drmarketingstein.com, and we could get more into it. But before I go, I just want to give a shout out to Brother Sadiq and the good folks over at Muslimatic. Assalamu alaikum. The brothers at Muslimatic are doing, this is a great brand that I support. This is not a paid endorsement. I stopped by to support these brothers. They're doing a lot of work in the streets of Chicago, pushing peace. And I'm down with that. So, if you want to get this hoodie so that you can help promote and push peace, because that's where a lot of these things go, you could go see Sadiq at Bahir Imports on Persian Road in Chicago. You got my support. So outside of that, I just want to say thank you for joining in with me today. It's a good day. And I'll talk to you next week when I cover some more things about my journey as an entrepreneur. Once again, my name is Dwight D. Woods, also known as Dr. Marketingstein.